Good day, everyone. This is a humble attempt to talk about social amenity or amenities. In several definition, amenity is defined as quality of being pleasant, civility, or suavity. It could be another one, an act, pursuit, or civility, feature, or the like, expressive of or conducive to pleasantness or smoothness of social intercourse. The social amenities, therefore, refer to those what we call qualities of an individual that make him a desirable associate. Among such qualities are agreeableness, sincerity, consideration for others, and an empathic attitude towards the feelings of other people. A congenial manner, good sense of humor, and sociability are other qualities which, with the others already mentioned, comprise what may be said to be vital, comprise what may be said to be vital ingredients in the personality of the school administrators and or supervisors. So talking about the social amenities, we cannot avoid to touch the so-called good moral character, which is known as one of the most fundamental assets of a school administrator and supervisor. He may be an expert in the performance of administrative skills. He may have know-how and high level of operational proficiency. But unless he has a moral character that is beyond reproach, he cannot be considered a school administrator and supervisor worthy of the name. There are some statements made by a former division superintendent of schools underscores the need for strong and unimpeachable character of the part of teachers as well as of school officials. Like the teaching profession, it's a good profession and a truly noble one, but one which can be debased as it is now being debased by ignoble acts of some people in the educational service. When I was detailed in the investigation section of the personnel division of the division of Deep Ed division of Bukidnon, I made a study in the nature and extent of offenses committed by school people, and I found many complaints for such dishonorable acts as falsification of public documents and records, of which I, for one, is charged for misrepresentation of educational practices as related to falsification. It could be malversation of public funds, immorality, bribery, and exploitation. of subordinates and applicants of teaching positions. In the current issues of our country, we are facing the impeachment focused on the previous DepEd Secretary, Department of Education Secretary, none other than Sara Zimmerman Duterte, the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines. Then, going back to the previous topic that I have touched, in a division level, a superintendent of schools for 20 long years in my service, I saw these offenses being committed with impunity. Perhaps the causes of these offenses are traceable to the over materialism of the age. What is over materialism? Your mind could answer. What? The greediness of power and fame was there. I believe that what the teachers need in reconstruction of values, keeping in mind that teaching is still more of a mission and an apostleship than a business proposition, so that they may pursue higher ethical standards. They should be led to realize that in the life there are many things of higher value that money, among them being self-respect, integrity, principles, ideals, and friendship. But leading the teachers to reconstruct their values is not an easy thing to do. What would be easier is to exercise great care in the screening of applicants for teaching positions. A superintendent of schools is a leader of men regardless of religion or political persuasion. And indisputably, he can be the most effective leader in the social reconstruction of the community. He is also rich in opportunities to influence the lives of those working under him. Consciously or unconsciously, teachers and supervisors imbibe with his ways of life as well as his beliefs and ideals. It is therefore very important that a superintendent of schools conduct himself honorably and follow lofty ideals that can make him an influence for good. And he must lead the teachers in the reconstruction of values, which I touched upon earlier by setting good examples of probity, industry, and justice. He need not be a preacher of virtues, but his examples will go a long way in forcing people to examine more closely what they stand for. We have such fine superintendents. They strengthen the teaching profession. We are truly proud of them. But some, not to mention one, considered me a victim, aspiring to avail social justice at old age, which until now cannot be answered directly by those who are in power and in the service of the Filipino people. That is why my desire to be participating in these platforms of the social media, Facebook or YouTube, give me the courage to air what is inside my heart. That is why I sing the song, "The winner takes it all, but I am the loser of them all." I am now reaching the age 71, aspiring to avail the pension from the government service of the agency in charge to the GSIS, the Government Service Insurance System, for those who are serving in the government. But to the extent that I was not considered for the reason that my appeal on the charge of grave misconduct and falsification of document against me by the heads of schools, Association of Public Secondary School Heads Incorporated, DAPSHI, was then remain unacted to date of this pronouncement through the social media. I hope it will attract the attention of the professional practitioners at all levels of expertise to evaluate my stand as a teacher in the government school other than private. Would it be justifiable for them to deny what is due to me after 20 more years in service, not to avail the pension for life at old age which I supposed to be availed at this age? Considering that I am still living beyond 5 years after the age of 65 of retirement, to date that I'm reaching 71 without single penny as part of the pension, other than those taken as lump sum for 5 years during retirement granted in 2019. Fellow human beings, please consider my stand. Am I in the right position, or I am condemnable with my claim to avail such? Thank you, and I welcome any idea for this pronouncement.